Eti Sen is how are you in the Tree Akan language of the Ashanti tribe of Ghana, but also translates into Comment allez-vous in French, Ni hao ma in Mandarin, and Till Your Turn for those that know. Guests and collaborators are encouraged to take a step back and to check in with self. By checking in with self, you begin to explore how you're truly feeling, be it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and of course, physically. Salutations to all you beautiful souls out there. Welcome to a podcast called Eti Sen. At a podcast called Eti Sen, Eti Sen is always the first question we ask. So before I proceed, let me ask you, Eti Sen. For those that don't know what Eti Sen is, go and go and listen to the first episode. And of course, you can watch it. It's on YouTube at a podcast called Eti Sen. Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify. You can listen to the first episode. Less than 2 minutes. Just a quick introduction to what the podcast is all about and what the mission statement is. We are always seeking guests and collaborators, so do get in touch. apcetisen@gmail.com. That's apcetisen@gmail.com. And of course, feel free to connect on all the social media platforms. We're just on Instagram, so yeah, Instagram will have to do for now. We have to protect our sanity, you get me? Don't get too deep into that social. Today's episode is gonna be about myself. Obviously, you know how the saying goes, charity begins at home. Be the change you want to see in the world. The first step is to take one. So, naturally, if I'm going to be inviting friends, family, and guests or collaborators to come and share their life experiences, and also to take a step back and to check in with self to enable them to explore how they're truly feeling, I have to be in a position whereby I can relate. And I can relate because I've been doing that for some time now. And by doing that, I mean I have been more aware of my actions, my behaviors, my character, my micro behaviors, understanding what has led to me being the way I am, why I believe, why I have the principles I have. You see, we're normally so distracted, as in we have to pursue our goals in life. But sometimes we forget that to get to where we want to get, we have such a clear image. Well, most of us have a clear image of what we're trying to achieve. And by trying to achieve that, we've put in place certain goals and certain targets. I say most because not everyone does this. Some people are naturally gifted that they don't have to really make any plans or set certain goals. Things just fall in place. But even that's just when you look at it superficially, if you look at just the top layer. Because when you dive deep, there are certain variables that begin to play out that are quite common in every success story. Yes, there is the anomaly of people who are just blessed and they become successful just with minimal effort. Some are born into wealth, some are born into success, some are born with a silver spoon, but still you have to apply yourself. And this is where I realized that, listen, for me, I have gone through a lot of challenges, and I'm sure everyone, or most people, have gone through a challenge or a difficult situation in their life at some stage. However, it's how you react to said challenge, how you pick yourself up, how you move on after the challenge. We all know the cliched saying. It's not how many times you fall, but the amount of times you're able to get yourself back up. Literally, get yourself up and proceed. Keep going, steady. Keep going, keep moving. As the late rest in power Martin Luther King said, no matter what you do, keep moving. If you can fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But no matter what you do, don't stop moving. Keep on moving. And of course, a podcast called Eti Sen, we promote and advocate good mental health. So we encourage you to always introspect. Take a step back out of your busy lifestyle. Make some time for yourself. Like set an hour in a month. Each month, you say 1 hour is for myself, and in this hour, phones off, all electronics off. I'm gonna go to the woods, I'm gonna isolate myself, I'm just gonna spend some time with myself to reflect on the month ahead, see what I have achieved, look at the plans I have, so on and so forth, and just to basically take stock, to reflect, because as most of our aware, the past is in situ, the present is constant, and the future, is yet to come. So what I would suggest is you always have to check in with self, and that'll be the format of most episodes. We will take some time just to have a conversation, using certain keywords as triggers for you to take some time and really ask yourself the question, how am I doing? Eti Sen, ni hao ma, comment allez-vous? Or for those that know, tell your time. But yes, so today's episode, I'm going to basically go through the format of how the podcast is going to work when we have guests and collaborators on. And it's also a chance for me to do some sort of test and, some sort of a pilot episode. So yeah, I'll be using myself as the guinea pig, as the saying goes, and obviously work on it. It's a work in progress, and we're looking to grow, we're looking to evolve. And any suggestions, leave in the comment section below. Hit me up on the email or DM, direct message, private message, whatever you want to call it. Just get in contact if you have any suggestions, because as I said, you can't grow on your own. Yes, you can take the necessary steps, but sometimes it is advisable and also worthwhile to take on or seek good counsel. So how am I doing? For those that don't know, my name is Ni Okain Tego. Ni Okain Tego. There's no need to go into further detail. If you want to know more, as I said, hit me up. I'm happy to always have a conversation. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing great, actually. I feel so good. And it's not just on the outside. I look good. I don't need you to tell me I look good. I know I look good. If you don't see it, it's not your eye. The beholder has already seen it. So calm. You're entitled to your opinion, but goddamn, I look good. But that's just the looks, innit? It's all about the personality, as I like to say, and my personality is not for everyone. And once again, I couldn't give 2 F's, but sometimes you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because if you're trying to grow, you're trying to work on yourself, you have to take in other people's perspectives, opinions. They remain that perspectives and opinions. It's up to you for you to work on the things you want to work on. You can't lie to yourself. You have to be completely honest with self. You might lie to others, but you know the things that you need to work on. So yes, on the outside, a lot of people would assume that I am well, I am good, and yes, I am. But my main focus is internally. It's been a gradual step. It's been a gradual change. However, it's all started with mindset, a change in mindset. The change happened after certain incidents, both in my personal and professional life, pushed me to the precipice and kind of forced me to really take a step back and obviously reflect. COVID-19 had a part to play in it, being based in the United Kingdom, London, lockdown restrictions as well coming into place, working from home. All of those things all had an impact, and I decided to basically use this as an opportunity to grow. And by using it as an opportunity to grow, there has been a few stumbling blocks, but overall, I feel so good because it's given me the opportunity to really know what works and what doesn't. And there's been no filter, no censoring here. This is not propaganda. it is not easy, but nothing worthwhile is easy. When I say easy, I don't mean that it's hard and you're going to strain and you're going to go to the depths of hell before you can pull yourself back out. You're going to have to go to the sunken place. For some, yes, the trauma and the impact that some of your life experience may have had on you means that there's a lot more layers that we have to peel away for you to get to know who you truly are. But for me, I was fortunate that my environment, my network, friends, family, loved ones, my circle, essentially, and my natural interests have always aligned with good mental health, and also understanding that the mental, the spiritual, the physical, and emotional all form up the matrix of what we call the human being. We are sentient beings, and I had to make sure that pronunciation was on point, because we are sentient. We are magnificent souls exploring this realm we call Earth, and we will traverse and we will ascend, but that's again another conversation. So all in all, I am feeling great. I've had to really accept it. You know what, when I look at my current situation, being able to be speaking to you, and hopefully you tuning in and listening, understanding that there's a lot more I can do and I want to do, making no more excuses, understanding that change is constant and being prepared for change when it actually happens. Most people don't like change. I, in fact, relish any opportunities for change because I'm about perpetual growth and perpetual learning. So, as I keep saying, I feel good. I feel amazing. Financially, yes, there's a few challenges in place, but that's about it. The finances ain't really a major factor for me per se. As I said, I'm not lacking, but there was a target that has not been reached or that has not been obtained. So we just add another year to that plan, and then we keep on moving. It's about being able to adapt, being able to evolve, and I'm able to adapt and evolve, and most people need to pick up that skill, flexibility. And professionally, depending on your line of work, you understand that we do these things without thinking about it. Subconsciously, we all have the ability to be flexible. Subconsciously, we all have the ability to be adaptable. However, most of us don't want to explore these parts of human existence because we have been set in our ways. We have been conditioned to view life through a certain lens, through a certain perspective. And if you do not conform, then naturally you are out of the norm. And if you are out of the norm, then there may be some stigma attached to you and to your actions and to your belief system. But this is just an awareness of what happens. You have to acknowledge that such is life. No matter what you do in life, there is going to be someone that doesn't agree, that doesn't accept, or that doesn't resonate on that same frequency as you are. And that's fine. You're not here to be everyone's friend. You're not here to please everyone. In fact, from a selfish point of view, the whole purpose of living, in my opinion, is for you to realize your full potential as a human being. Now, depending on your exposure to spirituality, and I use the word spirituality and not religion on purpose. Religion is dogma. Religion is a set of rules and a set of so-called laws that you have to follow, handed down by a deity, a supreme being. Now, there is the infinite order, there is the intelligent order as well, and yes, there is an entity that exists, male, female, whatever you want to call it. My point is about spirituality. So without digressing too much, the first step was realizing that yes, I have a lot of trauma and I have to address said trauma. I looked at my behaviors, I looked at my character, I looked at my belief system, and I looked at my principles. I decided, okay, take some time. So I had to really learn. Picked up a few books, and I can recommend some books. If you're interested, I will suggest a few books for you to just read. One of the people that really helped me to have a different perspective on life is Jiddu Krishnamurti. Rest in power, Jiddu. He really broke down life on a practical level. No metaphors, no parables, just practical level, understanding relationship, understanding love, sex, desire, all of these things that make us human, understanding why we have these approach and why we view things the way we do. So Jiddu Krishnamurti was one of the key figures for me personally, and naturally being African, some Pan-Africans from Kwame Nkrumah, even to Patrice Lumumba. So to proceed, how am I doing? To reiterate, I am doing well. Doing well than I thought I would be, but I'm actually doing great. As I said, the plan has been extended because of the global crisis, the global pandemic. However, we still move. We keep on moving. We keep on taking the necessary steps to progress, to attain the goal. And you just have to be true with self. You have to put this into practice. Talking from my own personal experience, I'm able to visualize and to plan a lot of things in my head and then make it manifest. And by making it manifest, just actually doing the practical things that need to follow. But sometimes I can spend a month in my head planning absolutely every step in detail without having to put anything down on paper or on a tablet or a laptop or on a phone. However, when it's time to actually put it into practice, I realize that all the different iterations I've gone through mentally, I'm able to put it out physically. And that's just me. So you have to spend some time with yourself to actually learn what makes you tick, to understand your triggers, what makes you do the things you do. If you procrastinate on certain actions, maybe it's not the right time. Getting in tune with your intuition, understanding that yes, everything happens for a reason, but you are creator. Once again, life throws certain challenges and you have to just ride the wave, but you do have an element of control, at least control over yourself. It's easy to project and to blame externally others, to actually put the blame out onto other people and not to take accountability or responsibility over why you are in the situation you are. I'm not gonna say everything is your fault. I'm not gonna even insinuate or suggest that there are no factors that are against you, or there isn't a certain type of energy that is trying to sabotage or contradict what you're trying to achieve. So you have to put in the work, take some time and introspect, reflect, learn. Don't be lazy. Don't just be blown in the wind. Don't just go with the flow. If you're glowing, yes, you're gonna glow. But if you are going with the flow, then please understand that at some stage you're gonna have to make sure you have some sort of control. Remember, you are the captain of your ship. No matter how perilous the waves may be in control. If the ship is sinking with you in control, at least you had some control over it. And I don't want you to start trying to control absolutely everything in life. Take this in the context. Take this message in the context in which is being discussed. To start making the necessary steps, you have to put in a bit of work. And I'm not saying go and start sweating and picking out your hair and stressing. No, take some time. my journey is still ongoing. My learning is still perpetual. And it's been since 2016 for me to start this journey somewhere in Uganda, when I realized that, god damn, I am magnificent. So yeah, a podcast called Eti Sen. At a podcast called Eti Sen. Eti Sen is always the first question we ask.